I've been in the test prep business for the last 10 plus years, and there's a lot of problems with this industry, and there's a reason why it has sort of a weird reputation. I think the biggest issue with this entire industry comes down to the fact that there aren't really any qualifications for getting into it, right? I can't start a doctor's office or a dentist's office or a veterinary practice. I need to get the actual qualifications first, but they don't exist for being an SAT tutor or an ACT tutor or starting your own SAT program. So really anyone can do it. And one of the biggest issues is that because these qualifications don't exist, people use their own on-paper qualifications that don't really matter in lieu of them. So they'll say, I went to Harvard or I went to some Ivy League school. I got perfect SAT scores myself. So of course, I'm qualified to do this. And then they launch right in and they start a tutoring practice. They start their own programs. That's really problematic because the only thing that matters when it comes to your test prep is that you find a program that drastically raises your scores. Not by just 10 points on the SAT, not by just 1 point on the ACT, but by enough points that it actually makes a difference in your college application. You need to go up by hundreds of points on the SAT, by 4+ points on the ACT if you really want to get into the next college tier. So the problem is that if you look at things by categories, there's really inherent issues with each one. Classroom courses is where I like to start. We've known for decades that classroom learning is really not the most efficient way to learn anything. You need to get customized instruction. You need to focus on the stuff that's best for you to lean on, right? On your weaknesses, bolstering your strengths. And if you don't get sort of that customized program, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Classroom courses don't address this issue at all, right? You go in, you sit down, and they have fraction day on day 7. Well, you might need 5 days of fractions if you're not good at them to get up to par. Or you might know fractions really well, in which case that's a total waste of time. No matter what, there are very few students who are sort of in this average student category where the class is really going to work. And a recent Wall Street Journal article came out saying that the average class raises a kid's SAT scores by 10 to 20 points. That's totally meaningless at the end of the day. So classes are the first sort of bad guy in this industry. Just in general, I've never seen a classroom course that does what you're supposed to do when it comes to improving a student's score. When it comes to tutors, it's sort of the same issue. There are tons of unbelievably talented one-on-one tutors out there. I built my entire career being a one-on-one tutor. The issue with tutoring is twofold though. One, it's very expensive and it's not that consistent. So you could end up paying a lot of money for someone who might have done really well with some students, but isn't going to do particularly well with you. You need rapport, right? You need a very specific level of interaction that's going to work well every single time. And because tutors are so adaptable and they kind of go by, the seat of their pants, sometimes you're not going to get what you're paying for. The other issue with tutoring is that it's not particularly flexible. So, if someone can only meet you on Thursday and Sunday for 1 hour, you might need to prep for way more than that. Or you might need to change your schedule around because of your extracurriculars. Or you might need to do a million things. Go on a spring break, take a travel year, you go abroad for a term if you're deciding to study in Italy. No matter what it is, a tutor is very rarely going to be able to work with you on the light, consistent basis that leads to the best results. And then, when it comes to online programs and other self-study programs, the biggest issue just comes down to a lack of results. Same as classroom courses, where they'll make beautiful online courses, right? They have amazing graphic design, they look incredible, they have a ton of bells and whistles, and then you go in, you take the program, you finish, and you don't get the results you're looking for. So it's sort of a huge issue that a lot of these competitors are popping up and they come up every single day. There's a new one on the market and most of them don't really work that well. So no matter what, if you're choosing a class, which I really advise against no matter what, if you're choosing a tutor or if you're choosing an online program, just make sure that they have a proven track record of results and make sure that those are verifiable. Make sure that they have tons of students who've gone through the program, make sure they've all done well, and make sure that it's going to be a program that works for you on a flexible schedule. Because otherwise, you're falling right into this trap that a lot of people have set, where they have great on-paper qualifications, they don't have a track record of raising scores, but nevertheless, they charge pretty outrageous sums to tutor the SAT, to train you in the SAT when you don't actually get the results you're looking for.